A reaction does nothing for you. Why do I speak this? So it's 4 a.m. and I was like, you know what? Today's Monday. I'm going to take a break, take a day off, you know, from making money and stuff. And mind you, I be doing flex. So I'll be just trying to get as many days in. But my mind has been so into my phone and just searching, and then like always constantly picking on my phone just so I can I need to make as much money as possible because I want to do things that I need to do, not just for my bills, but I want to achieve what I want to achieve. And I just know I'm in grind mode right now. And I was like, I checked my phone. I'm like, okay, solid. All right, I can do this. I still got to go to my doctor's appointment in the morning. So I'm like, I'm trying to estimate the time. So I was like, okay, let me click this. It just says from 3:30 to 7 o'clock. So I should be able to do that. And like drive out to Chicago and everything. And I'm like, I took my car, left. It was like that. Got some gas. And then I realized I didn't go to the right place. I went to the wrong warehouse. I'm looking at my time. I'm like, damn. All right, I can make it. So I drove probably like 25 minutes away to the other place, and I got there. Wasn't able to do it. And the reason why this is important is because for me, I would have told myself, damn, like, why did you do this? I would have started speaking down on myself. And I remember driving there, and I was just in my mind, and I'm like, you know, whether you get there on time or whether you don't, at least you're getting something away from it. And the reason I say this is because I typically will make this and make it down, put me down about something. And the reason for like my mindset shift is just because like I'm looking at life, and there's this idea called the razor edge. A razor's edge, as thin as it is, as sharp as it is, that on the other side of a razor edge. So imagine there's a circle and there's a dash through it. The dash is the razor edge. I'm literally one decision, one reaction, one idea, one thought away from living the dream life that I really want to achieve. And I've been thinking about a lot of things about my life. You know, I had a hard conversation yesterday about like tithing, and I was like, God, mind you, I changed my whole financial structure. So I was like, I'm seeing this money that can go to my bills, or just like I can have money for some food or X, Y, and Z, just, you know, be okay. And I was like, God, you know, what if I just tithe $5 out of this? And I was like, God, that's not you. That's not me. I had to have a conversation. And in that conversation, he showed me like, you have to be abundant. Like, your mindset has to be abundantly. Like, yeah, you're tithing this amount of money. I mean, like, imagine I tithed, and for some reason, I'm like, yes, I could have used that for my bill. But at the same time, it's like, just imagine what can come back to me. And it's not that like I'm like looking for you know, a boomerang of wealth, you know, that's gonna come from it, but it was just like, that's a lot. And I'm like, I did so much moving this week that I don't even like, once I get this, I'm not gonna have that much to do anything or to make me move in the right direction. And I was so frustrated at that fact. But it was just the fact that I still did it. And he was just saying, he was just allowing me to be like, even when you feel like you have nothing, you still have something. And to warp everything to go together is just like, I'm so abundant. Even though I missed the route, I missed the money, I'm okay, because for some reason, I know that I can change my life. I know on the other side of this is the razor edge. I know on the other side of this is success. And I'm thinking about this because I'm like, as a man thinketh, a man search for meaning. Like for me, I'm like searching for so much meaning in my life. And I'm like, what am I doing? I'm trying to do so many different things. I'm trying to build businesses. I'm trying to do this. And then as I'm watching this movie called The Razor Edge, which I'm also getting this, the reason why The Razor Edge is so important is because I was listening to the book called like from Bob Proctor, and he was just talking about like so much things of like being born rich and knowing that you have the possibility. It's just your paradigm, you're shifting your mindset and your thoughts. And he spoke about The Razor Edge, and I went to watch the movie, and it's a classic movie, and the newer version has like Bill Murphy in it, and he's a man searching for meaning for his life. You go to war and you see so much, and then you lose somebody that was close to you, that was there, just right there, and now it's gone. He's like constantly searching for like this meaning of what's life. Like now he's searching, he's constant. He's like, it's always the razor edge. The idea is to think about the other thing that's possible. What's possible right now is just being like, man, if I don't have a reaction to this, just imagine how I live now, right? What's on this side? Now that I didn't react to driving for a whole hour. I just drove for a whole hour. I left at like 2:50, and I'm back at the crib at 4:00. And before I can be frustrated, but I just know that like this hour that I spent wasn't in vain, and I just can't sit here and cry about it. I think about all the times where I'm like, damn, like I can't believe I'm in a situation like this. It's like my ego, my pride. And it's another thing about sharing stories about your life and sharing things about your life that are very prudent. You don't want people to look at you differently, and then you get into a position where it's like, well, nobody was there for me anyway, so why would I stay the same? And it's just like all these different thoughts, but like at the end of the day, having no reaction to the way you live, having no reaction to the things that happen to you, and allowing yourself to see yourself in a better light than yesterday, and competing with the fact that I just got better. Even though I spent my time on the road for an hour, and I could have saved gas, and I could have saved my time, I got better because my patience grew bigger. And it's important for me to say, damn, I changed. So I know I'm a little bit more closer to being closer to my dreams and changing that reality, because on the other side of it is success. It's opportunity. It's not being afraid of what I'm going after. I've been so in the idea of like being this perfect person for other people, and being this perfect person for I can change and I can be this. And I'm like, bro, you know what I am, bro? I'm love. I'm gratitude. I am success. I am all these things because I care. I made promises to myself that I'm going to keep. And as I'm going on this journey, it's like, I'm not going to sit here and be afraid of the things that I want to go after. Everything that I'm going to have, I'm going to succeed, and I'm going to achieve it. And I will not back down. I promise you, and I say this as loud as possible, I will not back down. I will be successful. I will run my opportunities, and I will constantly do what is necessary for me. But things are going to change, and I promise you will. Because as I look at this, I'm like, damn, yeah, I speak on this. I have 36 grand in debt, and then I have 20 extra, but I'm like, wow, I'm about $56,000 away from living a dream life, from being able to say I paid off my college loans, I paid off the things that I needed to pay off, and not being like, oh my gosh, I keep doing this. It's like, I had a conversation with my mom the other day, because I'm like, I don't even like the fact that, like, I can't be honest, not even honest, but having conversations with the people that I love about the things that I'm doing. Like, I'm an entrepreneur. I had to tell them, like, I'm not an employee. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm not a person that's going to be clocking in, clocking out. I'm not a person that just wants to go work and just to make money. It's like, the reality is, we're in a cycle. I've been in a cycle. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman. I like creating wealth. I like seeing tons of money. I'm not saying, oh, I'm like super inclined of like money, but I'm saying, like, a job is not going to do what needs to be done now. I'm not trying to give my life away to a job. And I realized that's what I did a couple months ago. For 9 months, I didn't achieve anything. Yeah, I traveled and I did X, Y, and Z, but that job was just suicide mentally. It's like throwing a grenade, and finding and hoping that you can throw that shit back. It's like, no. And I don't ever want to live that lifestyle ever again, because it's not part of my journey. And to be honest, it's like, there's so much more for me in my life, and I know it is. I see it. I cry about this. I dream about this. I visualize about this. And it's not about, like, I used to have this thing where I used to tell people, like, I was doing this thing recently because I've been telling people about what I'm into. And it kind of is two reasons why I've been doing this. It's like, one, it's like you could eventually be a customer. And two, it's like the old version of me is like looking for verification of, am I doing the right thing? Validation, like, give me permission that I'm doing the right thing. And I recognized I was doing that. And the reason I was like, I'm so okay with performing for other people, where I'm like I'm recognizing that I'm performing. But one of the most important things is this, like, usually I used to tell people certain things and then I would never do it again. I wouldn't even achieve it. But this version of me is like, fuck you, I'm going to do this. Because you may not think you may see this kid and this young dude trying to achieve something, but it's like, fuck you, I know what I'm going to achieve. Like, it's not a fucking short story of what I'm going to achieve. I'm on a mission to be $100 million man. Now, when it goes by and crossing my path of breaking the barriers or breaking the mental cycle about the things that I'm going through, it's like those things are getting shattered. I know they are, because I'm not afraid to say it. I used to look for these reactions and permission from other people. And it's like, don't nobody give a fuck about my goals. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, the old version of that is used to yearn, because now I get to go out and perform for you so you can see that I'm on. But now it's like, I'm telling you this because I know I'm doing it. I know I'm doing it. I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for me. And I'm doing it so I can constantly keep iterating and creating systems and building and showing that I'm so capable of providing and happy to do the things that I want to do for the people that I love. And that's a fact. And that's what I'm going to achieve. And that's something that has been on my mind, and I'm so grateful for it. But I'm going to win. And I'm tired of not winning.